Let's react to the Week 12 AP Top 25 as we saw 6 teams in the College Football Playoff Selection Committee's Top 25 take a loss on Saturday while 7 teams were idle. Let's see who got richer because they simply didn't play and just how badly some of these losses are going to affect the College Football Playoff Contest. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Who's the number 1 team in the country? For me, it is Ohio State. And for the Associated Press, it is also Ohio State, 9-0, a ho-hum victory against Purdue. And Barry Odom went out of his way to say, look, they are the most talented team on a football field offensively, and they're really great defensively. He says a lot of people are going to be upset that I say this, but that's the standard we're chasing. They set the standard in this league. Talking about Ohio State, kudos to Barry Odom for keeping it a buck about just what it is in the Big Ten. Indiana comes in at number 2, 10-0, with a late come-from-behind victory against Penn State on the road. Omar coming, made that toe-tapping, great catch, probably the best catch we're going to see all year, especially given the stakes. They had to get 6, and they got 6 right before the clock struck 0. Outstanding win for Indiana, and Kurt Cinetti was emotional about it after. Number 3, A&M made light work of Missouri, who started a true freshman at quarterback. I'm more concerned that Texas A&M gave up 2 100-yard rushers, right? We're not really talking about Jamal Roberts and Ahmad Hardy and what they did because the rest of the Missouri offense just wasn't that good, and the defense was getting stolen by Marcel Reed, by Reuben Owens, and the like. And A&M feels like a team that should compete, if not win, the SEC championship. They're that good. Are they good enough to win a national championship? Still not ready to say that, but they are clearly the best team in the SEC. Number 4, Alabama gets a ho-hum victory against an LSU team that could not be bothered to move the football. Garrett Nussmeier got benched for Michael Van Buren. I don't think he did anything wrong. He completed 18 of 21. It's just the offense was not clicking with Alex Atkins at OC and the run game not really being there. Getting Caden Durham 3 rushes for 4 yards is just not going to get you a win. Even as Blake Baker's defense played outstandingly, and that defense was, it feels like a defense that could have played for a national championship and reflects the number 3 ranking that LSU had earlier this year. But they are a shell of themselves after the firing of Brian Kelly, and really after taking that embarrassing loss that led to his firing. Number 5, Georgia makes light work of Mississippi State. Blake Shapen didn't even play the whole game, but, it's Georgia. They did what they needed to do. Still only blemish on their resume is that home loss to Alabama. Alabama came in there and put Georgia away at Sanford and really didn't have to do anything in the second half to do it. Number 6, Ole Miss. They get the victory over the Citadel. 49-0. That's what you expect Ole Miss to do against the Citadel, but they're clearly, for me, the 4th best team in the SEC, and right now feel like a team that can make the college football playoff on the strength of just going 11-1 with that one loss coming to Georgia. They're up a spot. Number 7, Oregon comes down a spot, 8-1, after a ranked college football playoff selection committee win over Iowa on the road. Was it nasty? Yes. Was it old school football? Absolutely. But I don't get docking Oregon for beating a ranked opponent and leveling Ole Miss up for beating up an FCS opponent. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Number 8, Texas Tech. They go up a spot after beating BYU handily, 29-7. That defensive line, that defense is as advertised, goes like this. David Bailey, Romello Height, Jacob Rodriguez. Those guys are all studs. Baron Morton didn't play well, but he didn't really need to, and that's kind of what it's been for Texas Tech. They're deep and the deepest team in the Big 12. They look like perhaps they're going to win their first Big 12 championship. Number 9, Notre Dame makes light work of Navy last night. It's really been a different football team since those opening losses to A&M and Miami, and they feel like they're going to have that top spot as an at-large bid. They keep doing what they're doing. Number 10, Texas goes up 3 spots on a bye week, because that's what happens when people in front of you take losses and a lot of people behind you take losses. But now they got to get back on the horse, and they're going to finish the season with A&M at 7-2. Oklahoma stays pat at number 11. They got a huge game against Alabama. I made that particular early look preview segment late last night. Go give that a watch. I gave you my thoughts on it. It really comes down to, can Oklahoma stop Alabama's passing offense, force them to run the football? And can Oklahoma's rushing offense and passing offense, for that matter, just get back online? because this seems like a game for me that could play Oklahoma out of the college football playoff or play them into it. They need the win. Number 12, BYU falls 4 spots off of getting stymied by Texas Tech. They were held scoreless in the first half for the first time since week 10, 2023. That's how good that Tech defense was. Number 13, Vanderbilt comes back to beat Auburn 45-38. Outstanding offensive performance by both Ashton Daniels and Diego Pavia. Ashton Daniels put up 444 yards, 4 TDs, total offense. And then we had Diego Pavia put up 489 yards, 4 TDs. Is great. It's the most points that Vanderbilt's ever given up in a win, which is, again, certainly what we've come to expect to Clark Lee's Vandy. They're rewriting the record books down there each and every week. Georgia Tech up 2 spots to number 14 off of being idle, and the last game they played was a loss, so that's pretty damn good. Utah's up 2 spots off of being idle, again, probably benefiting from the teams that were losing in front of them. We're getting to see who gets to stay in here. Number 16, Miami made really light work of their opponent and feels like, when you beat up on Syracuse, nobody really says much, but that's also a team that knocked them out last year, and they owed them a beating. And that defense showed up to play really well. It's not the same Syracuse that it was with Kyle McCord or even with Steve Angeli, but it's still a good win for a Miami team that feels like it's going to have an opportunity to play itself back into the college football playoff picture. Number 17, USC, and the cheating number 80 quarterback gets up to 17. Probably need to do my own segment on this, but essentially, what had happened was USC snuck Sam Heward, yes, the quarterback, and nephew of the one, Brock Heward, in at punter, wearing the number 80. And he threw a pass on a trick play on a fake punt that was completed first down. He even got to lead the band there at the end. But the Big Ten comes out and says, hey, look, they cheated. They broke a rule. We didn't catch it in real time. You cannot have 2 players with the same number that play 2 different positions. Like if you got, so a punter and the quarterback can't both wear 80, right? And that's what they had. They had the punter and the quarterback both wearing 80. I wonder what would have happened if they listed Sam Heward as a punter. Either way, chicanery, right? And they got away with it. Now you're going to see that loophole slowed up pretty quick. Number 18, Michigan, also idle this week. They're going to come back with Jordan Marshall, no Justice Haynes for them, but they're up 3 spots and still got Ohio State later this year. Number 5, Louisville, down 5 spots off of losing to Cal in overtime. And my goodness, man, they were 18 and a half point favorite going into that one. It's a bad loss for a team that might be on the outside looking in at the college football playoff this year. Number 20, Virginia also took a loss to Wake Forest, 8-2, down 8 spots. Chandler Morris took a hit to the head while sliding. It was really not a great passing performance by Daniel Kaline, but it has been a really remarkable turnaround of sorts for Wake Forest this year. I didn't expect Wake Forest to be about much of anything this year. And, Jake Digger just decided, no, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to play, and we're going to play to win. Number 21, Tennessee, up 2 spots off of being idle. Now they got to finish it, right? They can finish 9-3, maybe be in the conversation for college football playoff. Number 22, Cincinnati, up 3 spots. They're 7-2. Pittsburgh stands pat, 7-2. James Madison enters the top 25 at number 24, and USF is back in here. South Florida, 7-2 at number 25. Others receiving votes: Tulane, Missouri gets knocked out off of the loss that they suffered to A&M. North Texas, I think, is the best team in the group of 6 right now, but they still got to show it. Iowa at 54, Houston at 43. SMU, tied for first place in the ACC, got 8 votes or 8 points. Arizona State got 7. San Diego State got 5. Illinois got 5. UNLV got 2. And Memphis got 1 after suffering a loss to Tulane on Friday night. Let me know what you think in the comments below.